The Great Tower of Pointe-Claire. Built by our community ancestors some time ago, they didn't call it a water tower. They had different names for it. They called it the water reservoir, they called it the water standby, they called it the standpipe, and the tank. Just the tank. Today we're talking about the tank. Now this thing must have seemed humongous when it was built, because when it was built, it was the tallest thing in Pointe-Claire. In fact, I still think it is the tallest thing in Pointe-Claire. Is it the tallest thing in Pointe-Claire? I think the Holiday Inn is probably taller than that. No such structure had reached these heights before in Pointe-Claire or the West Island. 130 feet. 130! Look at it! The tallest before this was actually the original standpipe or tank or water reservoir or water tower. That was way over here, next to the golf course. Actually next to hole 3, I think. Standing 80 feet in height with a capacity of 180,000 gallons as opposed to the 1.3 million gallons that this thing holds. So when was this built? Well, the first water tower began to give concern to council in 1950, as they said that there was no way that this tower could service east of St. John's. And this was a huge problem, because homes had already started to be developed in this area, and more were about to come. One solution was to add a second water tower, situated in Valois, a 500,000 gallon tank. But council was thinking towards the future and wanted to place it more within the farmland of Lakeside Heights. So now where? Well, in June of 1954, the town began boring different areas to see what land would be best for the obviously very heavy water tower. And with a budget of only $150,000, they thought saving money would be to build it on top of a very big rock. On July 21st, 1954, the Protestant Schools Commission of Pointe-Claire and Beaconsfield offered to sell to the town the minimum land required to build their reservoir, or whatever it may be. The exact size being just 35 feet by 100 feet on lot or farm 136. 2 tenders to build the tower were put out in 1954. One to build the actual water tower, and another for secondary projects related to the tower, like building a cement slab, because I guess the stone idea didn't work. The tender was won by Cook and Leaf Limited for $119,000. So there was money left over for the slab. You see how that worked out? Now, besides the actual physical stature of this thing, the other very recognizable feature was the design. The classic checkerboard that was actually decided in council before it was even built. So during the 1954-55 school year, the water tower was under construction. How fun.
Originally, I went to Lakeside Heights, and the biggest thing of those year and a half that I was there was the building of the water tower. We sat in class. Teacher would be up there and we could see out the window, and they were building the water tower.
I just remember it being built, and it was everybody standing watching it, and it was just such a really almost like an occasion, if you want to know it.
So in August 1955, the water tower that we know and love and hydrate from today was in full operation. And I can go on and on about this, like corrupt tenders about that very same cement slab, and that the fact that we don't even own this thing anymore. But alas, I have run out of time for this endangered short. And I am thirsty, believe it or not.